Good morning. Um, my name is Darshna Prakashni Singh, and my student ID is S11232814. And the date of recording is 6th October 2025. Today, my PowerPoint is based on behavioral, cognitive, and socio-cultural theory. This is the first slide. Is You can see the picture depicts it is about social cognitive theory. There is cognitive factors, behavioral factors, and environmental factors. A cognitive factor is also called a personal factors, which includes about your knowledge, expectation, and your attitudes. Then moving on to behavioral factors, it includes about your skills, practice, self-efficacy. Then we have environmental factors. Environmental factors is also known as socio-cultural theory, socio-cultural factors. Sorry. It includes about social norms, access in community, influence on others, and influence on others means the ability to change our environment. So this was the first slide. Moving on to our second slide, behavioral learning theory. The Starting with behavioral learning theory. Behavioral learning theory was developed by the theorists who are B.F. Skinner, Ivan Pavlov, Edward Thorndike. It concentrates about changes in behavior that can be observed. A learning takes place through stimulus response and reinforcement. Teachers manipulate reward and punishment to achieve behavior. Our third slide is behavioral learning episode example. One of the student is always late to school. The instructor presents a system of reward to encourage punctuality in the form of star for 2 weeks. The, the outcome of the student is the student was positively reinforced to change his or her behavior. Moving on, we have behavioral analysis. Conditioned learning took place. Punctuality behavior was reinforced by positive means. The third point is desirable behavior was reinforced. So, show extrinsic motivation. Clear rules and rewards were set by the teachers to structure the environment. Cognitive learning theory. Cognitive learning theory was developed by the theorists Jean Piaget, Jerome Brenner, and David Ausubel. It concentrates on the learning as mental process such as understanding, problem solving, and thinking. Students develop knowledge by producing. Teachers highlight schemas such as problem solving and meaningful learning. Cognitive learning episode. A student is given an algebra question to solve which is related to them everyday budgeting problems. The learning outcome is that the student is able to learn the concept in a deeper way by relating the old to the new. Moving on, we have our cognitive analysis. Cognitive analysis, scaffolding and visual aids are to be used by teachers. Visual aids such as YouTube videos, pictures for for creative work, and so that students can concentrate properly as creative works are shown. Scaffolding Scaffolding is the method that consists of caregiver giving an infant and immediate help while they can carry out tasks that they can't finish by themselves. For example, simple puzzle being solved uh, motivate self-discovery and active processing. helpful for theoretical grasp and intellectual apprehension. Moving on, we have socio-cultural theory, socio-cultural learning theory. It is developed by the theorist Lev Vygotsky. The construction of learning is social. It is through interaction and through language that knowledge builds up. The key concept of Vygotsky theory is zones of proximal development and scaffolding. The Some of the key concepts of Vygotsky theories are social interactions offers an important effect within the mental growth with guided relationship. The more qualified persons such as parents, grandparents, siblings and educational professionals where newborns are being developing. The meaning of zones of proximal development is this is Vygotsky's second theory aspect that has become the view as intellectual capacity for development is bounded. It is a distinction among now a child could achieve from themselves or through a support. During this time, development occurs faster. Let's move on. We have socio-cultural learning episode. For example, here a episode says a year 8 students make a year 5 students learn a Fijian traditional dance throughout the group project. The learning outcome occurs through cultural participation, guidance and collaboration. This means different cultures, different culture of people participates for students to learn about cultural practice, guidance under the teacher's guidance and seniors. Moving on to our next slide, we have socio-cultural analysis. Teaching carried along guidance and collaboration, scaffolding from skilled learners. The context of culture provides relevance and meaning, helps the development for common knowledge. Application to classroom practice. Behavioral schemes are to be used for motivation and discipline. Using cognitive strategies to acquire understanding of conceptual concepts. Apply cultural and social methods to encourage cultural diversity and collaborative learning. Comparison of the theories. Here we have comparison of the theories. Behavioral uh, behavioral focuses on action, reinforcement, and observable changes. Then cognitive focuses on thinking, schema building, and understanding. Socio-cultural, it focuses on interaction, collaboration, and shared learning. Next, we have our conclusion as every concept supports to a complete education. Good and clear understanding develops cognitive theory. Discipline and motivation guides through behavioral theory. The process that relates theory to learning to community is socio-cultural. The references shows Ausubel, Bena, Pavlov, Piaget, Skinner, Vygotsky, and University of the South Pacific. These are the references of where I have got the informations out. Thank you.